Sweet, sweet music. Hey guys, welcome back to Water Sipping 95.2.
This is Woahman.
Are you guys kidding me?
Literally no.
Oh my god!
Michelle.
This is Woahman.
Hey guys.
Hey everyone.
Welcome to episode Numaroto 8. Is it 8?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and guess what? That's my favorite number. So how perfect is that?
7 was mine, so
There we have it.
glad we talked
Anyways,
about this.
Hey guys, welcome
Hey.
back to another episode of Woahman. We're glad to have you here.
If you're here, is anybody out there?
Hello.
Imagine we just do this
Hello.
every single 2 weeks of our lives and not a single person clicks play.
That would be so devastating. Oh my god.
Anyways, guys, we hope that you are having a cool week, because we are. Let's talk about it. Esther, you're up first. No, you know what? I changed
Yeah.
my mind. Brittany, you're more composed. Brittany, you're up first.
Ooh, more composed. How was my week? What did I do this week?
None of us thought about this week. We can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Let me talk about my week. Oh, God. Panics. Okay, my week was cool. I did a cool thing. I went to the orchestra on the weekend, the Toronto Orchestra, and I saw Casablanca, the film, played to a live orchestra, and it was a really cool experience, and I definitely recommend doing something like it before. I had never been to the orchestra, so it was cool to see it with a movie, because I feel like it was less, like, intense orchestra, but it was really awesome and amazing.
Nice.
And I had fun.
That's cool.
I'm jealous.
You should be.
What did I do this week? I feel like I didn't really do much. I did a lot of binging on YouTube's.
On food. I have an eating disorder.
What kind of food it was?
I did a lot of binging on food too.
Did you watch James Charles?
Eating disorders are not funny. I'm sorry.
Did I watch James Charles?
No. Fuck this. Fuck this noise. We're not talking about YouTube on here every fucking week.
Jeffree Star.
No, but I was gonna talk about Jubilee because I was watching it with my sister and we had like a little moment.
Jubilee.
Julie B?
Tell
Julie
the
B.
people what Jubilee is.
No.
It's good. It's cool. It's innovative.
You should know. No,
I
I
mean,
was gonna.
guess, but didn't you do anything? Anything?
I literally just went to work. Like, what did I do? What happened? Long weekend. I actually didn't do anything this
It was
long
family day.
weekend.
Didn't you do anything with your goddamn family?
No, I literally didn't. My mom was sick, so.
Oh.
Oh my god, moving on for Brittany. No,
So,
I'm just kidding. She did not
What
say
did I
anything
actually
yet.
do family day? Nothing.
Nobody prepares for this segment.
I know,
what
because I
need
put so
to
much
say.
pressure.
Over to Esther.
My week. Well, the highlight of my week, because I didn't do this every day. I promise you, I can't afford to. I went to Pursuit OCR indoor obstacle course.
That's cool.
yeah.
If you've never heard of it, it's super cool.
Why is it called
indoor-
OCR? What does that stand for?
Obstacle course
relay?
Race? Maybe race.
Relays?
I have zero idea. If OC doesn't stand for obstacle course, it's just a missed opportunity.
Yeah,
but
truly.
it was really fun. I went with like a smaller group of people, which I recommend because like you kind of want to stick together but still be able to spread out a bit. I feel like if you had a huge group of people, yeah, you guys are all losing each other.
Oh man, I just panicked. Like thinking about that wall that you guys have to climb, that like Ninja Warrior wall.
That wall
no.
is stupid because it is literally like the
Parkour.
The shortest wall is like not scary, but for whatever reason you psych yourself out in a way that makes you so scared. And it's
literally
like,
just
why am I
thinking about it,
scared?
I'm like, I can picture myself standing at the bottom of that, just psyching myself out and not being able to do it. Like literally, my feet and my hands start to tingle when I think about it because I'm like, I can't do it.
Because you could so do it. The thing is, like, I tried it twice, and both times my arm did not reach the top. Like, it was just touching it, and then I would fall down. But even falling, I wasn't scared. But standing at the line and waiting to do it, which there is no line, that's the part that makes it worse. It's just everyone standing there, psyching themselves out, and whoever just wills up the power to run it will go and run, and you stand back.
Oh my
So it's not
god,
a real
that
line.
sounds already like
That is so.
chaos to
That's
me.
literally so
Yeah.
stressful to me.
Literally just hashtag pursue OCR on Instagram if you want to see this crazy wall we're talking about. That is the highlight of this place, but overall they have a lot of fun stuff that you can climb, a huge ball pit.
Is it kind of like
Which
what's
also
it called,
panics
Ninja
me.
Warrior?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like an
Yeah,
obstacle
yeah, yeah.
course, yeah.
Mm.
I don't know,
that
man.
show.
I watched a documentary about ball pits
And they're bacteria, right?
about how
Oh.
you can like seriously like paralyze yourself in a ball pit really easily.
Why? From jumping in it?
Yeah, they're like really dangerous.
Yeah.
So
It's so just,
everybody like beware of ball and foam pits
You'll get paralyzed.
because you'll definitely 100% woman guarantee be paralyzed.
100%. Oh my god.
Okay, Brittany, have you thought about your week now?
Okay, my week. You know what? You're right. It was Family Day, so you know what I did this Family Day? Nothing. One, because my mom wasn't feeling well. Two, because my
Two, because
family
I don't have a family.
usually
I'm an orphan.
my family actually usually does like something really elaborate. Actually, like my uncles and my cousins and all that stuff, and they were going skating. And if you know
Everyone
how I
went
feel
skating.
about skating,
Yeah,
I don't
do
skate.
know.
Because first of all, I broke my ankle roller skating.
Which is like
Um,
beginner skating.
which
It's not
is-
even ice skating.
Yeah, but that's
very
the thing.
traumatic for
I've been
both of
roller
us.
skating before, but the whole idea is that I really didn't want to go. So I just felt like I really didn't want to go. So I was like, if I go, I'm gonna break my leg. So fuck it, I'm not going. So I told my mom that, and just like it was fine. She was fine with it too. She doesn't want to skate either.
Yeah.
Skating is winter sports are the worst, and I'm a serious Canadian gal.
Honestly, yeah, I
But
stand by
winter
that.
sports suck.
Like honestly, I feel like they'd be funner if they just
We're inside in the summer.
like honestly, it's cold. Like it's not fun to be outside in the cold that long.
Skating makes me sweat in my jacket.
Yeah, that's a weird though. It's like a cold
It's
sweat.
so
Skating,
uncomfortable.
like it's not even about the cold. It's that it makes my ankles hurt.
Oh
That's
yeah.
true. That is
Yeah.
My ankles are not
seriously-
strong enough. No,
No.
there's no
I
way.
mean, I have weak
You
ankles.
don't have ankles.
I don't. I'm a Bratz doll.
Okay. Anyways,
was
moving
my
on
week.
from our boring ass weeks, except for mine. Just kidding.
Except for Esther's. I mean, she ran up a freaking wall. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I went to the orchestra.
You're right.
yeah,
You became
you did
cultured. Did
something
you never go
too.
to the orchestra when you were like in elementary school or anything?
What?
No,
No,
did
I've never
you?
been either.
Yeah, I went. I
You
feel like
went
I
to
went
the
twice.
orchestra.
You're
Yeah,
cultured.
on like a school trip.
Oh, you cultured.
You know me.
Cultured. Okay. Anywho. Well, yeah, no, I'm just doing that at my age.
Anywho,
Okay.
Anywho.
me and Brittany were having a conversation about
Yeah.
this.
I
we
wasn't there.
Yeah, Michelle was not invited. Sorry, Michelle.
As we were having a talk, I was reading an article. We're talking about plastic surgery / cosmetic surgery, and I wanted to pose the question to you guys: have you ever thought about cosmetic / plastic surgery for yourself, either now, future?
So I think it's safe to say that at the age of 24, I have a lot more knowledge on cosmetic surgery and plastic surgery than I did back when I was like Kylie Jenner's age when she got her lips done,
Yeah.
which was like 17. So at 24 years old, I feel knowledge enough to know that maybe when I'm older, maybe I'd consider something like age preventative, which is crazy to even say out loud, but it's like the media
I don't think it's a bad
kind
thing,
of-
though.
It's weird, like for me personally, like Esther 8 years ago, I don't think I would have ever said that out loud. But I think it's because I realize now that a lot of fillers are reversible. Botox can be undone, like certain fillers, like, and they tell you and kind of brainwash you to believe that you should start looking into these measures in your like early 30s, which like is gross to say, but I'm slowly approaching.
Yeah.
Ew.
I mean, that's like one thing that I wouldn't be against. Like maybe I'd read into it. I don't know if I'd ever go through with it though. It really depends. We change all the time. Another procedure that I've grown out of, which I think is interesting,
Yeah.
because I didn't think I'd grow out of it for a long time. I, for a very long time, wanted to get veneers for a long time.
Interesting.
And it was like kind of messed up because I was like convinced that I would do them. And like it took this one YouTuber, her name is Evelina, she's super cool, but it took her story, which I'm so happy she shared, about her veneer experience that really actually shifted my mindset, because you have all these people showing off their nice, beautiful veneers and like making you feel like, wow, like look at their smile. But then her horror story with veneers, like she actually needed them. Like she actually had like a lot of missing teeth and needed to get veneers against her will. And she convinced me that like if your teeth are good and like honestly like you have a nice smile, like just embrace that, because veneers are high maintenance, super expensive. So that, like, really scared me away.
Also, you have, like, literally the most beautiful teeth. I always stare at your teeth.
That's funny, because there was a point where I definitely wanted veneers.
Yeah.
Bitch,
Or I wanted to close the space in my teeth.
Oh, you have a gap, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
But
is, like,
I
how
really,
crazy that
I
gap
really
did.
hated it when I was younger.
Have you noticed that, though? That, like, the modeling industry has fully shifted to embrace,
Toward a
like,
gap.
people
Yeah,
with a
because
gap.
now I have no desire to do anything to my teeth.
Yeah.
But, like, I guess if we're talking cosmetic surgery, I feel like, yeah, I could probably see myself probably doing some type of, I guess, like you said, age preventative type, or like fillers in that sense. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I go under the knife, because
No,
that is pretty
yeah.
scary to me.
It's scary.
And I definitely went through, like, that's the thing. I feel like I go through waves, and I definitely went through a phase where I was like super insecure and like thought I needed like a bigger ass, to be perfectly honest. And I feel like that's a pressure as like being black. Like,
Oh,
I
wow.
can imagine.
no, like I genuinely, like, there was a point where I was like, you know, like out here doing squats in the gym, like feeling super insecure, because I was like, oh, like first of all, I never had that type of body. Like my body was never where I never carried weight in my lower body like that. So it was like, I was thinking like, oh, like, like I wonder what it's like. And I remember I watched videos on YouTube about it and stuff like that. And I realized how I was like, I could never put myself through that, only to like even come out of it and not even be 100% sure that like, this is what you want. Like, or this is exactly how you want to be now. Like, and that it's permanent. Like, it was just like, it definitely shook me out of it. And I was like,
Yeah.
Wow, that's
definitely
so-
found a place to like love
I feel
myself.
Like I'm learning something so new about you. I feel like you guys didn't really know that about me.
Yeah.
And now-
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was when I
Which is
definitely,
just so
I
cool.
really like, I was thinking like, oh, maybe when I'm older and I have money and like maybe. But now I think the farthest I'd ever go is definitely, yeah, like, and it's maybe like face stuff. Because I think we can't even really speak on that because we're young, and like I'm not gonna know how I'm gonna feel when I'm 40, when I'm 50.
Or
So
how we'll age. Like
exactly, yeah.
On my mom's side of the family, my grandma's like wrinkleless. Wrinkleless?
Wrinkless.
And on my
You two
dad's
are going to
side-
age beautifully, and I'm going to age like
You
a piece
can't
of
say
cheese.
that.
You can't
don't
say that.
know.
Yes, I do.
I feel like now we just like know how to take care of our skin
That's what
even
I'd
and stuff.
say.
So like I
Especially
think,
you, Michelle. You
I
are
feel like
A1
my
with
skin
your
is already
skincare.
trash, and that's the number one cosmetic surgery that I would have done.
but I feel like people didn't take care of their skin the same. You know?
I
think
would
we have an
definitely
advantage in that
get
way.
laser, like, and I will probably be getting laser. I don't know if that's even considered like a cosmetic surgery.
Kind of.
I think it's
but yeah, it's
cosmetic.
skin. Your skin,
Because
yeah.
you're using technology to
Yeah.
I'm
repair,
definitely
fix
gonna get
something.
laser done soon, within the next like probably year, but that's because I have a lot of scarring on my cheeks. As for like fillers or anything, I definitely like, if I had the money, and I'm being like dramatic, and I probably wouldn't actually go through this, but I would love to like get like my chin redone, because I think I have a
Really?
weird chin.
to like what, be reshaped, reduced.
To like this side profile, it like goes down. Like I'd like to just like not have it
Not
do
go
that.
down.
I don't know.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Also, for like a long time, I considered a breast reduction, but that's very intense, and it was something I really considered to make my life better. Like it was
Yeah.
not something I considered more like for aesthetics. It was because like I was having such a hard time, and I was so uncomfortable. But literally just working out apparently will do it. So already, since I've started working out like 2 months ago, my boobs are so much lighter. Like, and it was the heaviness more so than
and it's because like your they are a muscle,
Yeah.
really. So like once you start like working them, it's true, you do feel the difference. Like they're just less of like
it was
a-
like having that weight on me all the time was like so restrictive to my breathing and my back, and like so hot. And it just was making my life hell. And I was really considering it at one point, but I have definitely like lost a lot of weight there. And I'm realizing that it's something that I can manage and I have control over. So like now knowing that, I wouldn't go the surgery route. But
Maybe like after kids. Who knows?
I think after
That's the
kids
other
I might
thing,
have a
yeah.
lift.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I would ever consider, but I don't even know if I would go that far. Cosmetic surgery is horrifying and like very
Yeah.
painful.
Yeah.
And like big to go
If you
under
need to
the
scare
knife.
yourself, just watch.
Yeah.
Just watch one.
But yeah, I would do that when I was younger a lot. But like this, all of this speaks to the fact that we all had things when we were younger that we were insecure about that we have grown out of.
Mm-hmm.
And also the fact that cosmetic surgery is, it's interesting because we all just like learned something about each other kind of. And that's the taboo about cosmetic surgery, is that women are supposed to look a certain way, but not talk about the fact that it was not natural to look that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe if we were to get some of this done, like, would we tell? Would we like make it? Would you guys like broadcast it? Not necessarily broadcast, but
yeah,
like,
that's true.
you
I
know?
probably
Videos
wouldn't.
would be pretty damn obvious.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's true. Like, it's always like, we want these things so bad, but as soon as we get them, for the most part, you want to be all hush hush about it.
Yeah, or you don't even want to talk about that, like thought of you even doing it to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really...
That is interesting.
Like, it's not like you're gonna go around and tell your coworkers, like, oh, I had work done, because there's a stigma against that. Like, they would all look at you and
Like,
be
I feel
oh.
really insecure about my body, and I was thinking about getting my ass done. Like,
Yeah.
you'd never go and
No.
tell somebody
like,
that.
of course, we would probably tell each other, like, oh, I got this done or whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, I think the women that I know who have had work done, they've always been really open with me about it. And hopefully it's because I don't give off that judgy of a vibe. But I think it definitely depends on the situation. But I love it when people are open about it.
I love
Yeah.
that too, because that also opens the discussion and like shows that you can talk about it.
Yeah.
I know two people that have gotten work done that are very open about it on social media, which is refreshing to see, and like I appreciate that. I'd rather you be open and honest and try to act like you were born that way, because that's misleading, especially
and problematic.
problematic, misleading, and unfair, especially if you're like someone like that has a large following and you have younger followers that like don't understand that's not natural. You can't just achieve that
Every celebrity.
ever. So this story introduces to you Dr. Simon Urian, a doctor I never heard of, but is closely related with the Kardashian family, not by blood, but by being their doctors. So
Kind of by blood.
there is blood
Because he
exchange.
cuts them open.
I think I don't know if he's done work on all of them, but we're going to talk about Kylie in this situation because we're talking about cosmetic surgery. So this is cosmetic surgery in a light where you probably haven't discussed it before. I feel like it is being talked about like this more recently, but I haven't personally had a conversation about it like this. There's always is cosmetic surgery a good thing or bad thing? And for a long time, it's always felt like it's been split down the middle. You're either for it, you're against it, or you're indifferent. But in our kind of, I feel like in 2019, cosmetic surgery is like so much more normalized. So in this article, Dr. Simon Urian is the Kardashians' plastic surgeon. He's done a lot of their injections. With Kylie Jenner, it's actually a little controversial because in the article, he's worked on her when she was under the age of 18, which I didn't like. I kind of like, I feel like we all forget Kylie's young.
Yeah, honestly, that didn't even really occur to me, I guess.
Yeah.
That like she would have had to been, under 18.
Well, first of all, he said in the article that he won't do cosmetic surgery on girls that are not of age. Mm-hmm. But then everyone knows that he did cosmetic surgery on Kylie, but he, like, when she was younger, but he was essentially like, well, I know her family and she's very mature for her age. And I was like, aka they're paying you a lot of money.
Yeah,
Like,
I was gonna say.
He can't ever possibly turn down that job. Like, if anything, he's winning in that situation. I just thought that, like, I kind of can't believe that was in around 2015 when Kylie Jenner did her lips. And it's because at the time, there was a whole hashtag Kylie Jenner lip challenge, which was a big deal. Like, so many girls, like, in that age, like 15, 16, 17 years old, were like doing this Kylie Jenner lip challenge where you grab a shot glass or anything kind of like in that shape and put your lips in it and suck it really hard to like make your lips look like plump. And the thing about this procedure, which was also highlighted in this article, was that it actually damaged a lot of girls' lips. And it just really brought me back to like, wow, these are the lengths that like impressionable young girls were going to in order to get this Kylie Jenner look and like to get noticed like that. And he actually mentioned that he also provided cosmetic procedures to these young girls who did, if they were underage, it was to repair like any damage they did to their lips doing this challenge, which I'm like, okay, you made a buck there, but whatever. We're just going to dismiss that. Like,
yeah.
Anyways, this article continues to highlight just the idea that, like, is it feminist to do these cosmetic procedures? So when I first read that, I was a little confused, but after talking with Michelle and Brittany, they also broke it down with me. So we're going to break it down to you guys, and just the whole idea that, is it empowering for you as a woman to do cosmetic procedures? I don't know, like...
Well, I think it's like, it's an interesting conversation because there's so many degrees of cosmetic surgery in the sense that like there's like going under the knife, right? And like that was like the only idea I feel like of cosmetic surgery for a really long time, was like the extreme of like having to go under and be cut open and whatever. And then now there's things like injections where you can just go into a regular type doctor's office, sit down, and they can put fillers in your cheeks and fillers wherever the hell you really want. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like there's a weird line between what's okay and what's not okay, because then there's also cosmetic surgeries. Like what I was watching that Jubilee video, and like the cosmetic, I never thought of the perspective that older people do cosmetic surgery in the sense that, you know, they want to preserve their youth, or they, you know what I mean? Or they're looking at it more of a sense like, you know, to make themselves feel better about their appearance. And like, that's the truth of life, is that, you know, we're not going to look young forever. So it's hard for me to really even pick a side, because there's so many perspectives. And I feel like some are just being exploited maybe, and it's being exploited to young people. And I think that's where the problem is that maybe we need to, I don't know why kids even know about that. Like, I didn't even know about that. Did you guys know about plastic surgery to that extent? Like, I feel like I could give you like actual names of surgeries, and I feel like other people could too. And when I was younger, I couldn't even pull that out of my mind like that. You know what I mean? Like, I could be like, yeah, people are like, I'm going to get a BBW. Like, I'm going to get a rhinoplasty. Like,
rhinoplasty. That's
so like, people throw those words around. Like, it's just like, it's common like knowledge.
Yeah. Like, you should know what these things are.
Yeah.
Well, I think the difference is that we didn't grow up inundated with social media. Like, at this point on YouTube, you can go and you can first of all, you can go on Instagram and you can see the way that a Kardashian looks as a young girl, and you can go, what's the difference between me and her? Well, she has like big plump lips. Then you can literally Google, how do I get plump lips, which is going to tell you exactly how to do it. Then you can go on YouTube and watch videos of girls around your age who have done it and watch their experiences and see how good they look in the before and afters. And you can do this with any kind of surgery, and you have access to all of this information, and you truly think you're mature enough to make that choice. And you think like, putting this into my body, injecting myself with this is my body, my choice. And that's where the feminism aspect comes in, which scares me, but like, I understand it, because when you're breaking it down into such a simple context of, this is my body, I am a woman in 2019, I am allowed to do what I want with my body, it almost seems like getting cosmetic surgery is a feminist act. But when you look at the bigger picture, when you get to be a little bit older and you realize that the reason you feel like you need to get this work done is way deeply rooted into the way society sexualizes and perceives women and the like ideal beauty standard, then you realize that it's in fact not a feminist act. It's just playing into the bigger patriarchy of men selling that like women have to look a certain way to be considered sexy. And even when you're talking about people who want to preserve their youth, it's because this entire culture looks at getting old as like a terrible thing. Like you have to be young forever, instead of in other cultures where they celebrate aging and elders. Like we look at it as like
You're
the
done.
most terrible thing
Yeah.
that can possibly happen to you. So when you're looking at the older generation of Hollywood, not even the younger generation of influencers or Instagrammers, you're looking at people like Courtney Cox, who has talked
Yeah.
about how you would go to your doctor. She's on Friends. She's on a huge TV show. She's very young. She'll go to her doctor and the doctors will just say, oh, like just a little like this or that. Like just a little.
Like selling you on the procedure.
Like it's never going to hurt. Like just a little Botox, just a little like prick here and there. Like it's not anything big. We can do it right here. And then all of a sudden she realized like, oh, one of my friends told me, like, I don't even recognize you anymore. And, like, that's when she realized, like, she had it all taken out. And she's, like, coming to terms with her own aging correctly and, like, coming to terms with herself and finding that that's what works for her. Again, I feel like if, like, you said this earlier, which I fully agree with, which is that if you want to get plastic surgery or cosmetic surgery done, then that's a choice for you. And that should be a choice that you're making and hopefully researching and putting a lot of thought into. But that's not feminism. That's just your own choice, and 100% we support that.
Empowerment.
Yes.
Versus being like,
empowered as
Women
a woman.
empowerment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
because there are also like men who do rhinoplasties.
Yeah.
It's easy to target women because for the most part, it's like what Michelle was saying, like this whole Western culture capitalizes on women and like how we look and our body image, and like the beauty industry is like a whole nother realm of like how much money women put into like themselves from the exterior. I think the reason why it's hard to kind of understand the power of cosmetic surgery being something that could empower you is because now in this day and age it's very almost unhealthy for the younger generation, because I understand there are older women who want to get rid of some wrinkles, or they need to do reconstruction on their teeth. That's another type of cosmetic surgery.
Yeah,
But for
there's things like
younger
that.
girls, they go into these consultations with like a face-tuned version of themselves, which is becoming more and more common. And I think that's when we start to develop this unhealthy relationship where young girls are going in with these pictures of themselves face-tuned and saying, if I look like this, like naturally, I'll look better in my selfies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's when it gets skewed, because it's like, okay, are you really doing this to feel empowered, or
You're just doing this to look better in pictures and from the rest of the world. Yeah, it's like, I feel like it's very complicated with young people, because that's a big decision. You're changing how you look, like you're changing your body, like that you were born with. And then I think there's also the complications, like even in the article they were talking about how if they feel like they need it, if young people feel like if he feels like they need it, then he will do a procedure on them. I was
gonna say
in the sense that, like, okay, there's people who maybe have like, deformities, or this is the thing, I don't think it should include people who like maybe have trouble breathing and therefore fall under a rhinoplasty. You know what I mean? Like, or like someone who has like what's it called, like a deviated cleft, like, and they want to fix that. Like, I think those things shouldn't be included in cosmetic in that way.
Yeah.
But like, I just don't understand when there's a point when he feels like someone needs it, because it's like, how do you judge that?
Yeah.
It's like, you feel like this girl's coming into you being like, I'm so sad. Like, I feel like I'm so depressed because I get bullied because my nose is big. And it's like, oh, she needs it. And it's like, but what?
Yeah,
it's like, how can you, like,
Yeah.
like, how's that?
I think there will
how's that
always,
fixing a problem?
I think there will always be cases where, and this is like up to a doctor to decide, I guess, and hopefully parents, because like if you're underage, then your parents have a lot to do with this as well. But like, I can understand a person with like a huge nose, like because like there are people out there that have like very big, like very bulbous, like bumpy noses, and that's like something that is on your face. You can't hide from it. And to change that for someone could be life-changing. I fully understand that. I fully support that. I don't think 17 and 16-year-old girls who want to look more like a Kardashian by getting their lips filled or getting their nose just like shaved down, and like they're already very like fine nose shaved down, but then I see what you're saying, because it's like, oh, she has a fine nose, she doesn't need it.
But it's like where's the line? How do you decide? Because then again, that's just us putting standards, being more like yours beauty. Is like not that bad, but yours needs to be fixed.
Yours is bad,
it's like, how do you really judge that? I
understand how it can be fully life-changing for some, but I think
that's
for a lot of girls, especially what Esther just said about doctors seeing young girls coming in with a face-tuned version of themselves, saying like, this is what I want to look like after surgery. That is horrifying, because that is not what you look like.
Because one, pictures and reality are two different things. Like,
and that is never what you will look like even after surgery. Like you can
come pretty close, but even then it's like, it is an app in your phone. And like, okay, I'm not saying this to like, what is it, honk my own horn or toot my own horn. There we go. I'm not saying this at all, because I think that these apps are really cool. I've used apps like ViscoCam way back.
Not to bash Facetune, I guess.
Like, I understand how these apps are like can make a photo look so aesthetically pleasing, and I'm here for it. I'm here for cool, convenient, fun apps. I love Instagram. But I just think that there's a fine line to which you will develop an unhealthy relationship with social media. And that actually just reminds me of Cardi B. Like, if I think back to Cardi B before she like really blew up and got all this fame, I remember following her on Instagram when she was kind of mostly just posting like troll videos and just being funny, and she had like really crooked teeth, and she would like make fun of herself and like her teeth, but like people really came for her in the comments every video about her teeth, and like to the point where I feel like if Cardi didn't have social media, if a lot of us didn't have social media, would we care about these things?
Because
would
that's
we want these
that's
things?
the truth. It's because like a lot of the times I find that, do we notice these things unless someone else points it out? Like that's the real truth. Like, and there's been times where there's been things that in my life I never thought were a problem until maybe some kid at school made some stupid comment to me, and then it was like all of a sudden an insecurity was born. Like,
and you'll never forget it. But like at the same time, these girls who are coming in to get like their lips done or whatever, like that insecurity is from social media. Like, why do you want this done? It's because you feel insecure about the way you look. And that is not coming from a place that is maybe mature. It's coming from the fact that you're 17 and every 17-year-old is insecure about the way that they look. And like once you grow into yourself a little bit more, maybe you'll be able to make a more informed decision. Or if this is something you truly want, then you'll still truly want it in 2 years. Not when the beauty standards change again. And all of a sudden that Kardashian look is out and something else is in. And now you have a face that is permanently changed because you allowed social media to make you feel so insecure that you like sought out cosmetic surgery.
I think
do you think it is a trend? Like you like they asked that in the article. Like, would you guys say it's a trend?
Lips are such a trend, and you know why I say that? Because like
even the fillers in the face too, like and the butt thing. Fillers,
such a trend. Like so many people are starting to embrace the natural look now, and honestly, it's a jarring feeling because I obviously have not obviously if you don't know me, you don't know, but I'm letting you know I've never gotten anything done cosmetically, no fillers, nothing. But if even as someone who hasn't gotten any of those things done, I almost feel a ways for like. For example, a female who's gotten her breasts done or has gotten a filler in her lips, and like to see this movement of like, oh, embrace like natural beauty, like I feel conflicted, feeling almost bad for those women who did it maybe years ago. Like, before it was a trend, and like now suddenly it feels like the world is coming for them. Like they can't win, you know? Maybe it took them years to decide they wanted to get their breasts done, and now we have the age of YouTube where you can see all these breast implant illness stories, and just like all these girls like coming clean about like why I regretted my decision to do fillers. Like I almost feel torn and bad as a woman who like can imagine the insecurities they felt, and like I don't know, it's like a
that's why I'm saying like if you're gonna make this choice, make it for you. Don't make it for a trend. Don't make it for what's current and what
'Cause
society
I do think
standard.
it's a trend.
Yeah, like don't make it for the current trend. Don't try to get your ass done to look like a Kardashian, because like
trend.
in 4 years it's gonna be trendy to be like lean and slim again. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like it's just like if you want to get work done because it truly makes you happy, then 1000% we're all behind you. But if you're getting work done to fulfill an insecurity, then I strongly recommend that you do your research and maybe say like, if I still feel this way in a year, then I'll get it done, because at the end of the day we only have one body. Some of these surgeries can be really, really, really detrimental to you, like getting your breasts done, like the silicone in breast implants, all of them cause cancer and are very unhealthy and dangerous for you. So it's a big choice, and if it makes you happy, then you live one time and you should definitely do it. But if you're doing it because you feel insecure with yourself and you're doing it for a trend, then don't.
Then don't.
I think ultimately it's not an argument about is this feminist to do, because I feel like at the end of the day, man or woman, this is your body, and it's like if you're going to empower yourself, like Michelle said, do it for yourself. Be really well researched. Don't rush into anything. Like your body will be there tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Recovery for like a lot of these surgeries is going to take time anyway. Just be patient and just like love yourself through it. Like who knows, maybe you just need to spend more time like really working on yourself inside, on the inside, before you work on yourself on the outside.
Coming up, fake news or not. All right. Hi, kids. We got ourselves a special bonus speed fake news or not. Are you guys ready? Oh. All right.
blown.
So you guys don't know how the game works, so I'm going to explain it.
For once.
So this time, the twist, we're going to jump into it right off the back.
Whoa, right off the back?
Right off the back of a horse. But basically how the game works is I'm going to read you guys out. I actually have 11 headlines, okay?
Whoa,
and you
why
guys
11?
Because I thought 10 would mean that you guys could both win.
Because 11 makes a wish.
No, like just logic in a game. Like 11 is uneven.
That's logic for you.
Yeah, you're right. So I'm going to read you guys 11 headlines and we're going to go through them and you're going to tell me if they're true or false. It's plain and simple. Okay. And you're going to have very little time to answer. We don't have time to be deliberating.
Got it. Go.
Got it?
Just go.
She's
why
like,
why are we still sitting around?
Why are we still sitting around? Because we're doing a podcast.
Huh?
We're doing a podcast.
What are we doing here?
Pick up your mics.
All right, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Headline number 1.
Got it.
Food delivery person stabbed over chicken wings in Chalk Farm.
True.
True. Okay. Both said true. Did you guys hear that? Oh, you guys are on the same ball. I love it. Okay. Nurses release cockroaches to get transfer from psych ward.
No. False. No. Answer.
True.
Esther says true. Michelle says false.
Michelle says. I have to say it at the same time.
Yeah, you guys got to be a little quicker, but it's okay. Norwegian hockey coach fired after throwing hot coffee on a parent results in serious burn. True?
False.
False. Okay, fuck.
Did you say a parrot or a parent?
A parent. You guys are stressing me out.
Wait, say it again. A parrot.
Norwegian hockey coach fired after throwing hot coffee on a parent results in serious burn. True?
Whatever I said goes.
Esther says true. Michelle says?
False.
Okay. Like you're just doing opposite? So,
I guess. Okay, we should say it at the same time for real.
Okay.
Okay. I'll count it down.
Okay.
Ready? Man released from Florida jail after pantless airport joyride.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
True.
True. Okay.
Because it's
Both
Florida.
said
I
true.
didn't even do the thing.
I know, because I'm like...
All right. Kids expelled for using a Ouija board in school hallways.
False.
False. Both false. Do.
Look at me and count
Yeah,
with
but
your
it's okay.
face.
We got the vibe now.
Naked man stuck in Iowa chimney rescued by firefighters.
True.
False.
Michelle says, what did you say, false?
It's
I said
true.
false.
Okay. Okay. Waitress admits to eating food off of customers' plates before serving.
True. Everyone does that.
Ew.
God, that's
mean?
disgusting, guys.
Everyone in a restaurant you've ever been to has taken fries off your plate.
Oh, wow.
No.
Okay, Florida family killed by neighbor over engagement party.
True. It's definitely true because it's Florida again. I want to change my answer to false now. Can I?
No.
No, you can't. What's your answer?
I heard
I said false.
she said false.
Yeah.
I
If
heard
anything, we can check the
killed, and I
tapes.
thought, wow. Play it back.
Play it back. All right. Lunette the clown was a baddie from Toronto.
True. We all saw that news story this morning.
Burberry receives backlash for Noose design hoodie.
False.
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 Usually it's one of the big Italian houses that gets screwed.
All right, and the final one. A Florida 6th grader is facing misdemeanor charges after refusing to stand during Pledge of Allegiance.
True. I have to go with true because I said everything from Florida is true. A lot of things from Florida. This round, that was 11. Wow.
What was yours?
False.
False. All right, so now that we've gone through it, we're going to go through and I'm going to tell you guys the answers. Okay, so food delivery person stabbed over chicken wings is true. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw that. That was surfacing on the gram.
I didn't see that.
Oh, really?
Oh, you know why? Because I think it was Six Buzz and Michelle.
I don't
Does
follow
not
Yeah,
follow
it was
Six
6 Buzz,
Buzz.
yeah. But it was on CP24, so...
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he was actually...
That's a big
No, he
deal.
actually was killed. It's actually a pretty
Oh
sad
my
story.
god.
No, he didn't die. Sorry, oh my god.
You just said he did.
No, he didn't die. He just was really stabbed badly for chicken wings. And it wasn't even like they ordered them. Like, he was just like delivering them and
They just jumped him?
jumped him, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Off air, I just want to say that's the building in front of the Timmy's I used to work at.
Oh, shit. This is in Toronto?
Yes.
What the
That's
f-
chocolate.
Yeah.
I thought this was Florida.
No, literally. Like West End. That's why people said
5 minutes from my house.
that was the joke on 6 Buzz is that Brampton people,
Okay, wait.
Bramptonians are crazy. Anyways,
That's not even Brampton.
was it? No, I know,
literally
but
from,
that's what
like,
people
at
are
my
saying.
house.
People just always throw.
Okay,
was
back
in
on
my
air.
house.
Back on air.
All right, back on. All right, number 2. Nurses released cockroaches to get transfer from psych ward, and that one was true.
Gosh.
They're actually from, they're not, the story wasn't obviously here, but it was like an asylum somewhere in Europe. It doesn't matter.
That sounds spooky.
But either way, they were working in a psych ward, and I guess their duties were very demanding,
I think
and
we
they tried to
don't
get
go
out of
over
it.
every single one in detail.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Okay,
Just
they're,
the
but not
interesting
all of them are
ones.
true though. So some of them are actually dead fake.
Okay.
Like,
I guess. So
actually,
you're just
I
going to do
made
it for
them
the
up.
true ones?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm sorry for interrupting you then.
Okay. So number 3, Norwegian hockey coach fired after throwing hot coffee on parrot results in serious burn. That one was false. Made that up. Got you. I don't know who I got, but whatever.
Next, number 4.
So man released from Florida jail after pantless airport joyride. That was true.
Yes, because it's Florida.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I was laughing when I was finding these stories. I was like, what is going on in Florida? Seriously.
It's just Florida news.
Florida
Crazy.
I might as well just do that because clearly that's all their news contains. So yeah, that one was true. This story was pretty crazy. Okay. So basically, the man, the craziest thing, the man was from Calgary. Like, he wasn't even
Wow.
from Florida.
What
He just decided
a
to do
bus.
this in Florida. But yeah, anyways,
Something's in the water down there.
he decided to take a pantless joyride across the Orlando tarmac on a luggage towing vehicle.
What?
How he got there, don't know. His statement was, don't do crystal meth.
Oh,
Of course. Here
okay.
we go.
Love
That's
it.
what happened to him in Florida.
Yeah, clearly he did meth. Come back to Canada. Okay, and what number is this?
5.
5. Kids expelled for continuously playing Ouija board in school hallways. That one was not true. Actually, you want to know the funny story?
right.
It actually is true in the sense that my sister told me that story, and that apparently happened at Pickering High School.
Oh. So wait, is it true?
I mean, you could give it. No, it's not true though,
No, you
because
can't.
it's not true.
Don't give it. Don't you dare.
But they did apparently some kids got in trouble for it. Anyways, number 6, naked man stuck in Iowa chimney rescued by
Buddy,
firefighters.
I hope this one's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes. Oh man, just to picture a man stuck in a chimney,
Yeah.
butt naked. That is hilarious. to
That's
me.
So let me set up the scene for you
painful.
real quick.
Yeah, tell me.
Couple in their home. The husband says, honey, I really think there's a ghost in this house. Like, I keep hearing things in the chimney. And she was like, honey, no. And then one day, you know, he decided to check the chimney and they saw that there was a fucking man in there.
You just
One day.
First of all, if I thought there was a ghost in my chimney, I'd be lighting huge
I mean-
fires with sage. You could have burned that guy out. Like, what else is about?
I guess they didn't use the chimney in the
Clearly.
couple of days that they realized this weird ghost thing. Anyways, once they spotted the man was like, this is exactly what he said, apparently. He said, I was playing hide and seek with my cousin. Don't call the cops. They were like, we're going to call the cops. Like, you're in our chimney. And that was really it. They didn't give any other explanation as to why he was in the chimney, where he came from. He was just in their chimney.
Oh my god, imagine.
And he was naked.
He was Santa.
All right, number 7.
Oh no, I just drooled so much on this paper.
Ew, Michelle.
Like, I drooled a lot.
That's okay. We all drool.
Not usually
All right.
that much.
Oh, God. Okay, number 7. Waitress admits to eating food off of customers' plates before serving.
Oh, I said false, didn't I?
No, we both said true.
Well, that one was actually false. Although it was funny because, yeah, I believe that's probably true somewhere.
Oh, 1,000%.
All right. Florida family killed by neighbor over engagement party.
I wish I said false.
It was false.
Yeah.
It was false.
When I heard the word
I started-
killed, I thought Florida took it too far.
Florida, enough. Shut it down. And what number are we on? 9. Lynette the Clown was a baddie from Toronto.
We both saw this.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did see that. I didn't know that. Did you guys know that before you saw it? She was from
No.
Toronto?
No, I didn't know.
Well,
I should
always
have known that.
assumed
Yeah.
Was a,
It was
like
a Canadian show.
Yeah, I thought it was on TVO, so.
Yeah.
I don't
It was
know.
on Treehouse.
I
Treehouse,
just-
a lot of their shows were.
That's
All
true.
Canadian, yeah.
Maybe I just
Well,
never connected the dots
I
as
should have
a young
known.
kid.
I think I knew.
But we love that.
I
Let's
didn't
get
know she
it.
was a baddie, but yeah.
She was a baddie because she's
pretty.
she's a pretty girl. All right. And number 10, Burberry receives backlash for Noose design hoodie.
I said false.
You said false? You both said false.
Yeah.
That was actually true. I'm very surprised.
Okay, so like
Yeah.
I was literally like, no, I thought that was a Gucci, but that was a different
That was a
sweater.
blackface sweater.
That's blackface. Yeah. So apparently this is pretty recent in that Burberry like had some
Would you- a
fashion
loose
show.
Sweater.
Yeah,
Like, how
the
did that even
sweater. I will
work?
literally put
Ew.
a picture of it for the camera. But they had like a hoodie that was like brown, and it literally just had like a noose as like the
This
the
is like
thing
high.
string. Like
this
it was
is
like
why high fashion is like whack.
yeah, literally it was a high fashion type event. It was just bad. They pulled it though, and whatever. Apologize, but anyways, just I don't understand how that gets past people, but
Literally, I don't.
There's
I really
always
don't.
one intern
I'm like,
in the
don't
back
you
of the
guys
room.
have like a sensitivity
that said no.
team? Like, cause somebody.
I think they
didn't
need
listen.
that. That's
Yeah.
that needs to be a team they put together
In
for
every company. Yeah.
And the final one, a Florida 6th grade grader is facing misdemeanor charges after refusing to stand during Pledge of Allegiance.
I said false.
Oh, is it true?
That was true. It was a actual kid in Florida. He decided he didn't want
Of
to
course,
stand.
Florida.
Yeah, for the Pledge of Allegiance because he felt it was racist.
Well,
you know.
they take that shit really serious.
Yeah, but that's
down
like
there.
they take it very serious, like a huge deal. But that's America for you.
I think this might have been the one that won it, and now I see why she did 11.
All right, now let's decide, or not decide. Let's figure out who the winners are.
Okay,
We're gonna
let's do some
tally it up.
tallying. Okay, and we're back. It's 2 hours later.
Okay, and the winner is Michelle. Ding 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 ding.
ding, 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 ding,
With
ding.
7 points.
Esther's measly 5.
That was a great round. That was a good speed round. I think that really challenged you guys. Did you guys like it?
It
This
did. I
game
did like it. I
was
did.
not
I
made for
found
me.
out that I am Team Florida, and Florida obviously came in clutch for me at the end with 2
Yeah,
extra
you
points.
picked up on some trends.
Yeah,
you
I
really
really
did.
can spot the pattern, which is always Floridians are crazy.
I just panicked.
Well, that's no excuse for being a loser. Hey guys, what do you guys do when your throat's feeling parched?
I mean, usually I get something to quench it.
What is the healthiest option though, as a human? Water. And today's episode is brought to you by water, the thing that we're 78% made out of, the thing we love to drink, and the thing could be more, and the thing we seriously love to swim in. Except for Brittany, she can't swim. That is not a stereotype, it's just a fact. Anyways, guys, please turn on your taps. Get water wherever you can find it. Please support us by drinking as much water as you can. It really helps out the show. Every glass of water you drink is one more episode for us.
And is one glass of water
and most importantly,
from us running out of fresh water.
Oh my god.
And most importantly, thank you so much to water.
Okay, guys, what's up? It's time for another Woahman of the week. Sometimes these are getting really hard. So if you guys want to go to our Instagram page at WoXman and suggest some cool women that can become Woahman of the week, please do, because I really need some suggestions.
Because we know there's lots out there.
Seriously, there's like
your friends are Woahman.
Yeah, you are.
You are.
You
suggest
yourself.
At yourself.
Message me and tell me something cool you did so I can feature you. I'd love to. But anyways, in lieu of not knowing anyone cool in my regular life, this week I am featuring Naomi Alderman. She is a British author, and the reason I am featuring her, well, actually, it's for two reasons. So number one, I just read her newest book, The Power. I think I posted it on Instagram as a story, but I will post it as a post because it was seriously the best book that I have read in a really long time. It blew my mind, and it made me think completely differently about a lot of things, about power in general, so it's aptly named. Essentially, the book's premise is that adolescent girls aged 13 to 15 wake up one day with this power where they essentially have an organ right under their collarbones that produces electromagnetic power, and they can now like arc currents between their hands and their fingertips, and they have they can zap people with electricity essentially. So these girls are kind of doing it in the underground. Like if you are a 13 to 15-year-old girl and something weird's going on with you, you're probably not gonna be like, help me. You're gonna go seek out your friends, and you all are gonna learn how to use this power. So that's what starts to happen. And then older women, or all of a sudden actually, the reason that they realize that it's happening is because boys start getting hurt on playgrounds, because boys who are bullying girls, boys who are not nice to girls, all of a sudden girls can fight back and they're on the same level. So they realize something's happening. It's on YouTube. This is like a modern day world that this is happening in. And they realize that if you are to jolt your mom or another woman, then the power wakes up in her. It was just that age group of girls, but every woman has the ability in it. And from that day forward, every baby girl is born with this power. So women in general have the power. And this book really got me in my feels, because just imagining a world in which women could walk around with no fear because they're the powerful ones was so insane to me. The way they describe this power shift, so she does a really good job about pretending that this is really happening in modern day and what would happen governmentally. So essentially within a chapter, the boys and girls are going to a different school, which is interesting how quick they are to protect boys who are now getting hurt. And the world is shifting to a place where women have the power, and small countries are breaking off that are being led by women, and new religions are forming which have women gods, and things are starting to change. And the most crazy part is that at the start of the book, there's this 2-letter correspondence from this man and this woman who is named Naomi, so you're assuming it's the author. And the man is writing saying, please read my manuscript. I want to write this book. And she's saying, I'll give it a read, but could you imagine a world in which men raped women? LOL. That's so crazy. And you find out at the end of the book that those two people are corresponding from thousands of years into the future, where it is now a reality that women are the most dominant, powerful gender. And the time before when men had the power is such a laughable daydream, that it almost never even happened. Because obviously when women rise to power, when anything rises to power, you're going to destroy what happened before you, because you don't want that to be disseminated anymore. So they're living in a time where women have always been powerful, and the idea of women getting raped or baby girls getting thrown away, like now baby boys are weeded out, baby boys are like mutilated at birth, their sex organs are mutilated, baby boys are sold into slavery, and men are the less dominant sex. And it's flipped on its head so much that even in the letters she was saying something along the lines of like, could you imagine a man in uniform, like only in porn or something like that, like haha, like such a world
oh my
doesn't
god
exist.
That's so crazy.
And it was like so horrifying for me to read them making a joke about the way society is now, because it seems so laughable that like women didn't have the power.
Yeah.
And it's like,
because like in this world, yeah, like that's literally the reality, and like are just totally
like
the opposite.
totally the opposite.
Yeah.
And it's just like so clever to me how she literally just made it so horrifying, because the whole time you're reading this, you're like, this shouldn't be happening to men. Like as a woman, even I was like, I don't want this to happen to men. I was hoping for a world that things would balance, like we would be able to live together harmoniously. That's what you're hoping for the whole book. And you realize that women are no better in this version anyways. And men are now being treated the same way women are now, and you feel horrible about it, and you're just like, I can't imagine that happening. And I don't know, this book really got me in my feels. I definitely recommend reading it. It really flips the switch on the way things are now versus it forces you to think differently. It really
that's
does.
a perspective I don't think I've ever even thought of. Like that's so interesting, especially like to be like, oh, imagine a world where women could be raped. Like the fact that like that's
our world actually. Hello.
Yeah, like to me I'm like, what? Like,
and also like there was a point in the book that really like resonated with me so hard, which was a young girl. It was like, oh my gosh, why can't I think of the word? It was a bunch of sex trafficked women in like a European country in this basement. And there were like old women who were like crippled and like dying. And then there were young sex workers. And this young girl like snuck in and she gave them all the power. And you saw them like it described in the book, like the tears that were rolling down their face. This old woman who's like 90 years old, who lived her whole life being abused and now finally has the power. And you just realize like you can walk around without fear now. Like even just like that evening out of the genders is so...
As someone who has read the book, do you think that because you know the whole context beginning to end, do you think that in a way this also kind of illustrates what would happen? Like, I don't know if this makes sense, but if like feminism went wrong, or if it like, you know how there's a lot of people who are kind of like, they're like, would you say this is almost like a version of extreme feminism?
I think the book does a good job about showing a lot of angles. So there are definitely some extremists that start this new country and they impose these laws on men where they can't go outside in public without a woman. They have to have everything they do signed off on, and just really, and culling like baby children, men killing babies that are male to weed out the lines. And you have the opposite of that, which is the men who reacted so hatefully to this and started the hate groups and started killing women because they shouldn't have these powers, started trying to like go steal baby children out of female children out of hospitals who have the power to try to rip it out of their collarbones because they don't feel like women deserve to have that power. And there are men out there today that would fully agree with that. So I think it shows extremism on both sides while also trying to find a middle of like normal, sane people who are women who now are watching their boys be fearful, and who are watching their husbands be scared of them, and just being like, I didn't ask for this to happen. Like there was a power dynamic and now it's thrown everything off. Your husband now has a reason to fear you in a way that you never probably feared him before, even though he was physically larger than you, or we know males are like more strong or whatever. But yeah, it showed like I think everything from like a middle class working family to how it affected it to like how it would affect
So it just took like just our regular world and just
and
really
literally flipped
just
it.
flipped
Yeah,
it.
it did, and
That's
it
very
showed how
interesting.
the government would deal with it, how different governments would deal with it, how wars would break out, because women in third world countries like Saudi Arabia and stuff like that would
So it was
completely rebel.
it's like the whole world essentially.
Yeah, it's very, very well written and interesting, and just to have ideas like this, the way that Naomi Alderman did in this book are like revolutionary. I think it's such an important read.
That would be such an amazing movie.
And the reason I'm bringing this up is because so essentially Naomi Alderman is like Margaret Atwood's protege, kind of. Like Margaret Atwood definitely supported her in the writing of this book, and if you don't know, Margaret Atwood wrote The Handmaid's Tale, which is now a series on, I think, Hulu. I might be wrong.
Yeah, no, it is.
Is it? Okay, yeah, I thought so. And now The Power is being adapted into a series for Amazon. So
Nice.
that's great.
Wow, that's cool.
Naomi Alderman is a part of that series and will be writing for it in the same way that Margaret Atwood wrote for Handmaid's Tale. And the interesting thing is that she will be working with a female production company called Sister Pictures to produce this show. And it just feels
love
like,
that. Yeah.
it's just like kind of
full
time.
circle.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is a little bit, right? And
I mean, like, it would almost feel wrong not to.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah,
1,000%.
that makes me feel even more like happy about it, excited about it.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be.
And I actually saw this news story this morning talking about films that have female protagonists have risen this year by to 31%, which is still like not a lot, so like not a ton to celebrate, but like it's up 7% from last year.
Yeah.
And I think that that's kind of where things are going, and the fact that this is a book about women, powerful women, written by a powerful woman, being developed into a film by a powerful woman, and hopefully I can't wait to see what the cast is starring powerful women. It's just like gonna be great all around, and I think it's like so important I just think it's an important time for media right now to be featuring women in shows, and also behind the scenes is like a huge thing, having that
almost
50-50
more so, because it's very difficult to be in that position where you're
in the
like,
production
very
aspect
different.
of it. Yeah. And we know Reese Witherspoon has her company Hello Sunshine, which actually as well today, by the time you guys are hearing this, it will have been a little bit past, but Lauren Powell Jobs, who is Steve Jobs' widow? Yeah. Invested in Reese Witherspoon's company today. So Hello Sunshine. And Reese Witherspoon makes lots of female-driven content like Big Little Lies and produces all that. So it's good to see where the world is going.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I wish we had electrical power.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
I was kind of just sitting there thinking about it when I read the book. I was like, how would it feel to like have that power? It would feel really good. Being able to walk around at night and
literally not even blink, not even
it's
flinch.
Like a portable taser in your collarbone.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I've never read the book yet. So
And like,
that's how I
or
imagine
everyone
it.
knows about it, so no one's gonna even attempt
You
to
can't
mess
touch
with you.
this.
You just know, like, you're in the powerful group now all of a sudden. Like, there's no more locking your car door as soon as you get in and all that. Like, and I just think men don't even think about the fear that we currently have. So
It would be interesting,
yeah,
to put in that perspective.
I'm excited for it. So guys, keep an eye out for it, and we will post the book on our Instagram, and I definitely recommend it. It's a really, really eye-opening read. Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Woahman. We hope you enjoyed all of our rambling. I know things got pretty rambly in the the cosmetic surgery section.
Every topic.
Yeah, we just really apparently feel strongly about that. So
I mean, it's a huge part of our culture right now. Yeah,
it's true.
It's a lot to say.
And we sure said a lot of it. Please let us know if you guys have any comments or topic idea suggestions. We would love to hear from you if you DM us at WoXman. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube to see our beautiful faces, as every week we do this show completely naked. So if that's any motivation, you can head on over to check that out.
Over. You guys are missing out.
Yeah.
Yep.
This may be false advertising, but that's fine, I think. And follow us on Instagram, and feel free to give us a review if you like the show or if you hate it, because either way, it still helps us out. Anyways, have a good night.
Haters make you famous.
Bye.